For most people, when I look over their content strategy, I give them a score. And most of the time it's between 35 and 55 out of 100. And the mad thing is, they don't even know that that's their number, okay? They're posting, they're creating, showing up consistently, and they genuinely think that the problem is their hooks or their editing or just that they need more followers or views. The funny thing is, it's almost never any of those things. And I know that because I've worked with over 250 coaches, consultants, and business owners on their content specifically. I started seeing the same 5 problems showing up again and again. It didn't matter. Different niche, different offer or product. Some people had a small following, some of them had a huge following. It was always one of the same 5 core issues underneath. Once these people could actually see what their problem was, things started changing very quickly. Here's what nobody tells you about creating content that doesn't actually grow your business. You can post every single day, and you can get views. You can even build a decent following, but still make almost nothing from it. And you tell yourself, I must post a certain amount of content each week, having no idea that it's doing nothing at all to move your business forwards. I would know because I've lived it. One month, I hit more than 30 million views across my content, 30 million. And I made about $3,000 for that month. When you think of the money made compared to the amount of views I was getting, it's not good. But from the outside in, everything looked like it was working. I'd fallen into the trap of making entertainment-based content. Followers were growing, comments were pouring in, but my bank account was staying pretty flat. The worst part was I couldn't even figure out what was wrong because I was too close to the problem. It's like being inside a jar and trying to read your own label. And that's the real issue with content. You can't diagnose your own blind spots. You need something or someone external to hold up the mirror and go, here, this is what's broken. This is what you're doing wrong, and this is why people won't buy. And all of this is exactly why I've built the Content Game Plan GPT. I took the exact diagnostic process that I've ran through with hundreds of people, the same process I charge for on consultations, and I put it all inside my own custom AI tool. It's literally trained on a lot of the transcripts from those calls. It's really simple. You answer 7 questions about your business and your content. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. And what it then does is generate a personalized content conversion score out of 100. It breaks down exactly where your content is leaking growth and revenue. It calculates how much money you're probably leaving on the table every month. And then it builds you a full 60-day roadmap to fix it on all of my frameworks and processes. It's phased week by week, specific to your situation. Now, I'm going to walk you through this exact process in a minute, but let me give you the backstory first because this really matters. It's funny because a lot of people go through it and reach this breaking point with their content. But for me, some days I was posting as much as 5 to 8 times a day. And my logic was dead simple. More reach equals more sales. And the reach did come. I know growth very, very well. I was literally generating millions and millions of views. It's why I've got 600,000 followers across my platforms. Between my clients and I, we've generated way over 1 billion views. But the turning point is what you can see on screen. When I started to understand how to use psychology in my content, from one carousel post, I made $2,000 in 48 hours. And it wasn't even a very good-looking carousel post, but the content itself inside moved people to want to purchase. But let's go back to my high view month. One month I hit over 30 million views, and I made $3,000. That taught me something I couldn't unlearn. Volume wasn't the answer. Virality wasn't the answer. More content was definitely not the answer. I was missing something. I was burning out, posting like a machine. And the results were pretty embarrassing relative to the amount of effort I was putting in. As I've mentioned, when I started studying biopsychology, and I mean properly studying it, reading books, consuming all content I could on it, I started to understand what it was that drove people closer to making purchasing decisions. And it literally hit me like a ton of bricks, and I fully understood what it was my content was missing. I was creating entertainment-based content that people liked watching, but I wasn't helping them move towards a purchasing decision. Those are 2 completely different skill sets, and almost nobody talks about the second one. When I figured out how to build psychology into my content, everything changed, just by understanding how buyers thought. The single post that you can see generated only 6,000 views. But because it proved to people that I had a process for taking them to the outcome that they wanted, it made me over $2,000 within 48 hours of posting it. I shared this approach with another client of mine. He got 400 comments and over 300 DMs with people asking how they could work with it. He actually had to delete the post because he sold out his cohort within 7 days. So I could see the framework worked. The question became, how do I get this process into the hands of more people? Again, demonstrating that I really do have a process and I really can help people make more from their content efforts. After analysing hundreds of people's content, I mapped out 5 core reasons content doesn't convert. And every single person that I've diagnosed falls into 1 or 2 of these categories. I sound like a doctor when I say that. Number 1 is the visibility trap. You're getting views, maybe solid views, but none of it turns into revenue, or very little of it does. The algorithm loves you, your bank account, not so much. Number 2 is a positioning problem. Your content's fine, technically, but it's generic, and it sounds like everyone else who does what you do. There's no argument for why your way is different. There's no reason for someone to pick you over the other 15 people that are saying the same thing. And there's more people saying the same thing than you realise. Number 3 is the psychology gap. And this one's sneaky. Your content's genuinely helpful, informative, even very well made. But people learn from you and then go and buy from someone else, which is great for them, but not for you. And this is because your content just educates, rather than giving them that breakthrough moment where you actually shift a belief. When you grab a belief that someone has and change it, that's when they'll want to purchase from you. It's like me explaining to you that going viral isn't the answer, with proof. And you sit there and think, I don't want to be an influencer. I want to grow my business with content. And that's what leads you closer to making a purchase. Number 4 is just a content system problem. You're posting, but there's no structure. No balance between content that attracts cold audiences, content that builds trust with warmer audiences, and content that actually converts. Most people are accidentally doing one of these 3 and completely ignoring the other 2. And the last core issue I see is a conversion path problem. Someone watches your content. They think, that was good, I'll give them a follow. And then nothing. There's no continuation of the customer journey. If you've got a lead magnet, it's not designed in the right way to make working with you the next logical step for that person. There's no email nurture building the relationship, or if there is, it's something that's just been created in ChatGPT that really has no substance. You see, ChatGPT sounds really smart, and it is, but it lacks a lot of context about the human and the process that people will actually pay you for. If ChatGPT had all the answers, everyone could just get all the information they needed from using it. Now, here's what matters. You probably have a gut feeling about which one of those areas sounds like you, but the specific combination and the severity, that changes the roadmap entirely. Someone with a psychology gap needs a completely different roadmap from someone with a conversion path problem. And most people spend so much time trying to fix one problem when it was actually the problem that was downstream from a much bigger one. So what does my content game plan GPT actually do? Well, it gives you a score across 4 categories, and there's 25 points on offer in each category. So starting with your positioning. Do you have a clear offer argument? Real differentiation and a reason someone should choose you. I always say lawyers would make the best marketers on the planet because that's all we're doing when we're trying to get people to buy from us. It's stating our argument for why what we do is better than the other options. The next category is your buyer psychology. Are you actually shifting beliefs within your content, or are you getting sucked into entertainment-based content? The next is your content system itself. Do you actually have a real growth strategy? Proven content formats that you're modeling? Do you have a balanced mix between top, middle, and bottom of funnel content? You'll know within 5 minutes of using it. And lastly, your conversion path. Is there an actual route, a well thought out path from someone consuming your content to just going ahead, pulling out their wallet or purse and buying what it is you have? Now, it looks at all your answers and gives you a blunt, honest score. It's not a quiz that's going to tell you how amazing you are. Most people land somewhere between 35 and 55. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. It's just the truth. You'll be shocked when you see what you're actually leaving on the table. Then it calculates the revenue gap. And based on how many people see your content each month, what your offer costs, and it shows what you could be generating versus what you're actually making. That number tends to hit people pretty hard. But I think it's actually a really exciting thing to see. And it makes the cost of doing nothing very concrete. And then it builds your roadmap. 60 days, 4 phases. Not generic, but built around your specific diagnosis. Your offer, your audience, week 1 through 8, what to focus on, what to build, and what to fix first. It's like sitting with me for a consultation, literally, but except you can do it right now, at midnight, in your pajamas if you want. Now, you might be thinking, can AI actually do this properly? And honestly, for most AI tools, the answer is going to be no. It's going to spit out generic advice that sounds smart but means nothing. The difference with that and my GPT is that mine's not guessing. It's based on my actual framework, from me coaching others on how to fix these issues for themselves. It's the exact same diagnostic framework that I use on real consultations. Every question, every scoring threshold, every recommendation all comes from patterns I've documented serving hundreds of real clients, customers, service providers, e-com store owners, course creators, all of it. Now, you don't need a big audience for this. Some of the people I've worked with had a couple of thousand followers, and they've outperformed accounts that are 10 times their size. One of them, Jacob, posted 2 reels and made $5,000, and he's literally got 2,000 followers. It's actually more like 3,000 now. If you want clarity, this is what you need. It will tell you what's broken and what to do about it in order. So here's what happens when you click the link below. You're going to get instant access to the Content Game Plan GPT. You plug in your 7 answers. It takes you 5 to 10 minutes to do. You get your conversion score. You can read your full diagnosis. You'll see where the gaps are, and then you can get to work on the full 60-day roadmap that's generated for your specific situation. And if you don't grab it, no worries at all. I hope this video's been useful to you. I'll speak to you soon.